Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the next part of mineral energy resources, the non-conventional part of resources. So firstly we will discuss about the non-conventional part, the nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is can be considered as the most powerful energy of our time. It can hold energy of neutrons and protons, and nuclear energy can be used to produce electricity. Basically, we are using nuclear energy to produce electricity only. But for other purposes also we are using it nowadays. So firstly, we will discuss about the raw materials for the nuclear power energy. The raw materials are using in it. First one is uranium, plutonium, beryllium and thorium. These are the four main raw materials which are used to produce nuclear energy. So uranium, first one, it is available in the copper belt. Copper belt, from the mines of copper area, we are getting uranium too. So it can be replenished. It can be discovered from Bihar. The rocks of Aravalli range in Rajasthan too. Next is the monazite sands on Kerala coast contain thorium, and thorium has converted into uranium to be used as a nuclear fuel. Next is India has vast deposits of thorium amounting to about 50% of world's cost, and atomic or nuclear power contributes only 3% of total power generation. It has vast potential for future development. It also requires technical know-how which India has achieved lately. Next, India is one of the 6 countries, USA, Russia, UK, France and Canada, which has acquired the capacity of developing nuclear power stations. Next, most of the nuclear power stations has been constructed near sources of water because it is required for cooling purpose. We are using water surface area to making the nuclear industry nearby, so that nuclear power stations can use water resources to cool down the main raw materials of nuclear power station. So nuclear power stations are in India. If we will discuss, the first nuclear power station is in Kalapakkam in Tamil Nadu, and Rana Pratap Sagar in Kota, Narora in Uttar Pradesh and Kakrapura near Surat in Gujarat. These are the main nuclear power stations in India. If we will discuss about the advantages of nuclear energy, the first advantage is it is used to promote the power stations for the electricity generation. As we are saying that coal and petroleum are also using to produce electricity, but those resources cannot be replenished if we will exhaust or if we will deplete it. But nuclear power stations, we can use it. So after that, if we can say that it is the alternative of coal and petroleum in one manner. So it reduces the amount of energy generated from the fossil fuel, and less use of fossil fuels lower the greenhouse gas emissions, and it helps in reducing pollution. Its another advantage is it is less amount of fuel is required. Very less amount we are using of nuclear power to produce electricity or heat. The production of electric energy is continuous. A nuclear power plant generates electricity for almost about 90% of annual time, and it reduces the price volatility of other fuels such as petroleum. And this continuity benefits the electrical planning, as nuclear power does not depend on the natural aspects. It is also considered as the alternative to the fossil fuel. Now, the disadvantages of nuclear power. The first one is it is also giving environmental impact. It is also creating pollution. Next is radioactive waste. We are creating radioactive waste which cannot be considered or by our environment, or we can say it cannot be absorbed by the environment. So we are creating problem for us. In future we have to pay for it. Next is nuclear accidents. Nuclear accidents are very hazardous accidents. It happens in the nuclear stations, and after that the result can be getting through the nearby areas. They are facing many problems like skin diseases, heart diseases, brain diseases. All those discoveries are happened in the areas which are getting the effect of nuclear power accidents. Next is high cost. It is very expensive. Next, uranium is very finite. Just like other sources of fuel, uranium is also finite and exists in a few of the uranium countries, and it is very expensive mines. Next, it is used to make weapons. Basically, we are using nuclear power to making weapons, and weapons, you already know that for what purpose we are using weapons. During the war condition, we are using these kinds of weapons, and after that the whole country can be destroyed. Now the non-conventional resources of energy, another thing is biogas. If we will consider about biogas, biogas can be replenished and it can be easily used. So the biogas energy can be simply extracted from the petroleum area. Okay, the next thing is solar energy. Solar energy is the basic energy which can be replenished easily, and we are using it as the alternative of coal and petroleum because it is non-exhaustible, non-polluting energy. So it is very advantageous, but some disadvantages are also along with the solar energy, like it is not containing as much, it is not giving as much heat as the coal or petroleum is giving. So this is the basic disadvantages of solar energy. If we will consider about the advantages, the first advantage is it is the resource that is not only sustainable for energy consumption, it is indefinitely renewable, and it is also not causing pollution. Little maintenance is used for the solar energy. It is also introduced generous tax credit for the individuals and companies that invest in the solar system. Now the disadvantages part, it cannot be created during the night. It is a long process to establish solar energy. So next is power generating is also reduced during the times of cloud cover. If we are getting clouds in the sky, we are not getting solar energy properly. Then solar panel energy is maximized when the panel is directly facing the sun. If the faces are converted or they can defaced by some causes, we will not getting proper energy. Now most efficient solar cells only convert just over 20% of sun rays to electricity. With increased advantages in solar cell technology, this number is likely to increase, and it is very quite expensive. Now the next thing is wind energy. Wind energy is another completing clean energy resource and on the basic of greenhouse gases emission. It is captured efficiently with the today's technology, as wind turbines can be placed in a wide variety of locations like deserts and oceans. To establish wind energy, we are using very vast land. So next thing is remote areas that are not connected to electrical power grid can be used to generate wind power. Next, it is not creating pollution. Some disadvantages are also there. The first thing is maintenance. To maintain it, we are using the vast area, so that is very difficult to establish. Then next, another reason in which wind is very strong or very frequent may not benefit from the construction of wind power facilities. So next thing is the biogas. We were discussing the biogas. If we will talk about the biogas also giving some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages are it is sustainable source, it is reducing pollution, it is cost benefit and used as a fertilizer too, and it reduces dependence on the foreign oil. Some disadvantages along with it, it is high cost production, then it is used as a fertilizer, but it is creating water pollution afterward. When we are using as a fertilizer, it is creating water pollution because the content of biogas, when it mixes with the soil, after that the land area getting water, and the surface, the biogas mixes with water and exposed to the water surface area, and after that creating water pollution. Then large area also using to plant the biogas plant area. So all these are the non-conventional resources. I hope you understood. If you will get any query, you can ask me through comment section. I hope you understood. Thank you.